Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. Considering that yesterday's video was so well received by all of you, I'm gonna do a little bit more from that sub Today I effed up. One short disclaimer about the first story is that OP shares a very graphic, detailed experience in an intimate relation. So let me know in the comment section if this is something you're okay with or not. Anyways, let's give it a shot and get started. This one is from user Atoka Chase. Today I effed up by having the worst intimacy of my life with a complete stranger and then meeting her mom right afterwards. In 2016, I started using Tinder for the first time after a crappy breakup. I had met a few people, but nothing had ever really panned out beyond a few hookups. My profile was filled with some horse crap along the lines of, "Not the love of your life, perfect date for when you want your family to question your life choices," and was mostly filled with pictures of me hanging out with my dog. Fast forward to March 2017 and I matched with someone. After a couple of one-off messages that don't really go anywhere, we ended up talking one night and stayed up till 5 AM messaging each other back and forth. A couple nights after that, we decided to meet up and she invites me over to her house for dinner. This all sounds great, except for two problems. The first problem is that I have a beard in all of my photos, and even calling it a beard is a bit of a stretch. My facial hair is like if someone shaved a guinea pig and then superglued it to my face. If I grow it too long, it looks like a tuft of pubes growing out of my chin, wiry and sparse. It's not good. For 6 years, I'd still kept a reasonably trimmed beard length because it was better than nothing and actually looks full when it's shorter. But for some reason, the week before we started talking, I had decided to shave my face for the first time in years. I just wanted to know what it looked like. The answer? Not effing good. At this point, I was 27, but still looked young for my age. Shaved the beard off, and I looked like a 12-year-old with a bunch of tattoos and insomnia. Really effing awkward. So I pulled up to her house and texted her before I got out of my car to say, "Hey, by the way, if it looks like a 15-year-old is knocking on your door, it's just me." Luckily, she's not as turned off by my baby face as I expected. All good so far. I went inside and we end up hanging out all night. She cooked a badass dinner and we decided to watch a movie. She was blown away by the fact I'd never seen Labyrinth and demanded we watch it. We ended up watching 3 movies that night. For Labyrinth, I was about 5 feet away on the couch. For Young Frankenstein, we were sitting next to each other. For the third movie, which I can't remember for the life of me, we were cuddling. And this is where the second problem comes in. After my breakup in 2016 and realizing I'd been battling lifelong depression, I started taking antidepressants. One of the super fun side effects of SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, is that it can be really hard to climax. Like, try as you might. Nuttin'. Dust, moths, nuttin'. Thanks, Big Pharma. And so commenced the next 2 hours of the worst intimacy either of us had ever had. 2 hours of awkwardly grinding and sweating, stopping to try new positions, and statements like, "Holy F, I might have a heart attack. Why are my ears ringing so loudly?" And, "What about this position? Ouch! Oh my god, I need a towel. So much sweat, I can't see." We were in the basement in a large 3-piece couch. You know, one of those with seams to connect the pieces. Well, at one point I tried to plant my toes in the seam to get some traction and ended up kicking the couch piece away from us, sending us both flying to the floor. A bruised butt, a bent D, a lot of questioning of whether this was a good idea. If this had been a movie or a romance novel, a 2-hour intimate binge sounds like a dream come true. Well, let me tell you, that crap sucks if you haven't done any cardio in your effing life. And oh man, the sweat. So effing slippery and gross. This wasn't goat light streaming through the windows and we're both glistening sweat. No. This is bog monsters come to life sweat. This is Ace Ventura crawling out of the rhino sweat. At one point, our chests become suction cupped together. I could have run and slid on my belly down a hallway like a naked nightmare slip and slide if my heart hadn't felt like it was going to explode. And the chafing? Ugh. No matter how ready either of you are when you start out, after 2 hours, it's gonna wear off. We both felt like we'd attacked our bits with sandpaper. My poor unfulfilled penis just went through hell for nothing. Not to mention that she just spent 2 hours with a baby-faced human who couldn't make her climax and who might die of cardiac arrest in her basement. This was not an awesome movie intimate scene. This was a John Waters film come to life. So, after 2 hours and no satisfaction, we called it a night. It's obviously not gonna happen for either of us, and we figured we might as well quit while we're ahead and no one has died. We went outside for a smoke, and at this point it's about 6 a.m. I'm wearing only a hoodie and briefs, and she's only in a bathrobe. We sit down, and the next thing we know, her mom came out for a cigarette. She had just moved back home before finding a new place. So not only did we both just have the worst intimate encounter of our lives, but now I get to meet her mom for the first time. Great! I'm definitely not half nude, covered in sweat, and sitting next to her half-naked adult daughter. Somehow, she is completely unfazed by this whole encounter and actually starts going on about her most recent Tinder match with a self-proclaimed oil baron. Life is effing weird. Well, the reason I am posting this today is because this is our 2-year anniversary and we're engaged to be married 1 year from today. Our intimate life is far better now, and we both look back in humor and horror on that night and wonder why the F we decided to keep hanging out afterwards. I mean, now we know, but our past selves must have been really desperate. Edit. Just jumping in to say thanks so much for all the congratulations. I am still wholly undecided if I will ever show her this post. It's one thing to tell all our friends about our first hookup. It's another to tell the whole internet. We'll see though. And for those asking, I've changed my dosage on my SSRI and haven't really had the anticlimax issue in over a year. Talk to your doctor and see about switching things up if your side effects are causing a huge issue. And also, for those wanting to know about the oil baron, he didn't pan out. Within 3 months, her mom got hit up by several Tinder guys claiming to be part of the oil business, and we even had to go to the cops about one for a blackmail issue. Tinder can be amazing and terrifying. Edit 2. I guess now I probably have to show this to my fiance, to which she will reply, I have no idea what any of that means. Good for you, I guess. I still love her. Edit 3. A few of y'all keep asking, why in today I effed up? Well, let me tell you. If I had posted this the day after it happened, it would have been the absolute lowest point of my year. Even worse than my breakup the year before. Not climaxing, not being able to satisfy her, looking like a large baby man with a chafed penis? Yeah, that sucked. Just because we got together afterwards and look back on the day as our starting point does not mean that that night didn't suck big time. I mean, the dinner and the movies were still bomb though. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Final edit. For real y'all, thanks so much for all the well wishes and congratulations. I told her about this post when I got home from work today and she cracked the F up when I read it to her. We spent that night repeating history, minus the horrible intimacy, wink wink, by watching Labyrinth in the driveway with a makeshift drive-through theater setup. Well OP, I guess from your horrible intimacy night, you get one huge silver lining. You met your future wife. And your mother-in-law apparently is quite the cool lady if she didn't freak out with you two sitting outside half naked. I am curious about how many oil barons live in the Tinder sphere. Anybody here ever matched with an oil baron? Hopefully in the future there'll be solar energy barons or something of the sort. Anyways, it's time for us to move on to the next story. Unlike our previous post, not every time you meet someone you like is so horrible. There's also meet cutes, of course, and then there's meet awkwards, like the one from our next OP. This one's from user Cheerful Chaos Pancake. Today I effed up by jumping into a lake in my bra and panties to save a man that turned out to be an elite military scuba diver in training. I'm couch surfing with my sister and her boyfriend. I work for him at the lakeside bar trying to pay for college. My state is open, and while I'm not thrilled, I need both the job and my scored sofa accommodations to make it work. To give them their space and myself a break from the doom scrolling, I take a run by the lake in the mornings. This lake is bombast and draws scuba divers to the flooded town at the bottom. Today, I was in my own head running when a dark mass floated to the surface 40 feet away. I was on the craggy side of the lake and this dude looked dead, D-E-A-D, facing away from me. His head was tipped back, eyes closed, bobbing like a fishing lure. No one else was around, so I thought he was quantum crazy out here scuba diving alone at the crack-ass of dawn, giving himself the bends or some nonsense. Like a jackass, I didn't yell at him to check in. Instead, I towed off my shoes and stripped to my skivvies to save the imbecile. The movie trailer in my head had me taking 3 glorious steps and launching into the deep blue water Black Widow style. Instead, my tender feet hit the sharp rocks and I contorted under the pain like a slinky as I uncoordinately pitched myself into the water, doing a side flop. I was also wearing my contacts, so I swam hard in his direction with my eyes closed. When I opened them, he was dead-ass staring at me like I'd lost my ever-loving mind. So I blurted out, "Are you okay?" He removed the regulator and incredulously said, "Yes." My brain blue-screened while I tread water. The lake felt infinitely deep. Before I could terrify myself by hearing the Jaws theme song, I turned to nope the hell out of there, yelling over my shoulder, "I thought you needed saving!" to explain my idiocy. As I pivoted, another dude cleared his throat from 30 feet away on the other side. I never heard a sound from him, so I freaked out, failing and belting an ear-wounding scream at him. Both asshats laughed as a few more heads surfaced around us. I was surrounded by divers, all wildly entertained by my ridiculous high-octane F-up. After pointing to me and the beach, the merman that was my original target cautiously swam toward me after I nodded and escorted me to the shore. The beach was much further than I had anticipated, so I was trying to low-key breathe, hiding my need to suck all of the O2 from the air. Also, the comedy of the situation consumed me and I started to giggle. Finally, I joked, "Dude, you are really lucky you weren't actually dying because it would have taken everything I have to drag your sorry ass this far." He chuckled before offering me a tow. Hell no, not gonna happen. Even if I had to dog paddle, I wouldn't openly accept that defeat. He quietly mocked me the rest of the way to the shore. I'm a secret sap for it. They were cadets or recent graduates from a military college, here for the summer. They've been training in pools and were doing some open water exercises. They had been out there at least part of the night. I'm sure I blew up whatever drill they were running. He's training for pre-dive school? Huh? And since I'm an expert Googler, I'm guessing that means combat diving. At the shore, I did my best to throw my shoulders back and march out of the water in my sports bra and undies in front of what I can only imagine are some pretty badass men. I did invite him and his clandestine crew for an absurdly overpriced beer at the bar tonight before shame jogging back into the woods for my clothes. Edit. It's Lake Jocassee in South Carolina. Also, the merman cheated. He was wearing a floaty vest and fins, that bastard. Okay, I'll admit there is part of me that is attracted to his mysterious appearance from the Shadow Realm, and I'm definitely imaging that he's constructed from some kind of aluminum steel alloy. But he was also funny and kind. I was vibing his proclivity for witty and sarcastic comments and have a million questions to ask him. Ha! Edit 2. Okay, at work now and had to turn off the notifications because you snipers are blowing me up. To all the ladies giving advice earlier, yes, I left the dragonflies at home and went full cute sundress and sandals. Tried to wear my hair straight, but it's hot as hell out here and it'll be beach wavy sweaty before long. My sister's boyfriend has blabbed the whole thing and all of the staff is in full-on ribbing mode. Kinda great actually. They're all currently reading the Reddit post, so they are cackling at you people too. So even if he doesn't show, we're gonna have a great night. We have a long way to go since it's just the dinner crowd, but thanks for making my day, great people. Edit 3. Solid dinner crowd, but no merman. Or Frog Prince, as you people have started to call him. Our lakeside drinking crew will start rolling in another 1 to 2 hours. I thought you salty bastards of Today I Effed Up would chew me up and spit me out. But look at you all showing up in the name of love. You guys are awesome. Even if I get ditched, it was worth the day with you. Edit 4. 1 hour later, still no show. Sad face. Edit 5. He showed, holy crap, a little bit ago. Yes, I was as dorky as you would have imagined, and now I'm typing this from the bathroom like a dumbass again. But I feel like you people are on the ride with me. He's handsome and funny, and he smells great. Yes, I hugged him. I'm Southern. It's what we do. Not the smelling, the hugging. He's nice and smart and keeps defending me from my jackass friends at the bar, who have almost called him merman to his face. I think he low-key likes that everyone knew who he was, but not sure how he'll feel about being a Reddit celebrity. I've learned a lot about him, but it wouldn't be fair to share without his permission. His whole crew did not come, only one, and his butt immediately started flirting with my coworker. That's a good sign, I think. Holy crap, you'd think I'd never met up with a guy before. Also, my friend straight up asked him if he saw my dragonfly undies that looked like penises with massive glow-in-the-dark turquoise blue balls. Only she used the Reddit version. Thanks for that nickname, Reddit. He didn't answer but smirked the truth to me after she left. It was cheeky but cute. He's also been sharing some of the crap that he's been taking today from being saved. He has the same self-deprecating sense of humor as me. I think we were vibing. So that's all the updates for tonight. He's getting the rest of my attention. Keep sending me those good vibes and peace, people.
The next morning.
Edit 6. Last and final update because you guys are not letting up. I know this may seem weird since I posted this whole situation out into cyberspace for everyone to see, but yesterday it was just a comical story about a guy I didn't think I would ever see again. Something funny to share when we all need a giggle. Today, well, it feels different to talk about him now that we've spent some time together. I like him. There's chemistry and similar interest, and we have plans to see each other again. I don't need the pressure of Reddit to help me screw things up. You guys know I'm a bit of an expert in that regard. That's all. So go do something you love and find a way to at least balance the doom scrolling with some belly laughs. Sending much love to each of you.
3 weeks later.
Edit 7. Updates. You people keep screaming over 3 weeks later. Don't you have better things to do than pester me about my love life? Ha! The Merman, the Frog Prince, the Dashing Man from Depths, the King of the Shadow Realm, and the many other nicknames that Reddit has bestowed is still very much in my life. He's better than I can describe with my mortal words. Fangirl him if you must, because I will understand. Thank you all for the well wishes and positivity that this post has given. I hope something amazing and magical happens to each of you, and if it happens to be shamefully funny, I hope you will share because we all need as many laughs as we can get. Be safe, everyone. Well, OP, thank you for sharing your story. Considering how weird it was and embarrassing for you, it was quite uplifting and very wholesome. This whole meet cute thing that you've got going on with the merman was quite fun. If you guys do end up together and, you know, for the long haul and all that stuff, then it's a great story about how you guys met. The fact that you tried to save him, considering he was some sort of elite diver, yeah, I would say that's a story that's difficult to top. So here's hoping that you guys are okay and well together. All the best, OP. And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and click like. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, here are more videos from my channel that you might enjoy. And having said all that, I will see you guys on the next video.